I was thinking, I really miss the days where I used to do like my monthly perfume trays, and I would come on here and chit chat with y'all. Like I would be in my house robe, honey, with a fresh face like I have now, no makeup on, just chilled and relaxed. I really miss those days. And sometimes I think about doing my perfume trays again, but I'm like, I don't know. But this video is going to be relaxing. It's going to be chilled. It's going to be laid back. I'm going to be talking to you guys about some new fragrances that I have received in PR. And I cannot remember, I really don't think I've come on here and talked to you guys about me meeting Mona. I don't think I told y'all about that whole, how everything like, anyway, if you're interested to hear all the tea, honey, stay tuned. If you are new to this channel, welcome. My name is Amanda Marie, and over here I like to talk about all things fragrance. So if you're into smelling good, I would love for you to hit that subscribe button and make sure you turn on your notification bells. That way you don't miss out on any uploads. Y'all can see I have changed my backdrop. Y'all know how I get. I love to switch everything up. I just kind of wanted to switch it up a little bit, you know, a little bit more ambiance, a little bit more something. I don't know. Let me know down in the comments what y'all think of the new setup, okay? Now, I still have both of my shelves. If you're wondering, the other one is over here in the corner. I don't know if you can see it, but it's over here, girl. It's over here, okay? But I still have both of my shelves. But I think this is a really cute setup. You know, I got the candle going. It's giving cozy. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I like it. But like I said, we're going to get into some new fragrances. So this first fragrance I want to talk about is the new Vanilla Candy Rock Sugar. I feel like I talked about this fragrance already, but anyway, we're gonna talk about it again in case I did. Maybe you new to the channel, you haven't heard any reviews on this fragrance, so this is for you. Y'all, it's been a minute since we had a little sit down chit chat, okay? We need to catch up. So anyway, before I get into the fragrance, let me tell y'all what had happened. So one day, this was, oh my God, when was this? I can't remember the dates exactly. I'll put them up somewhere on the screen. But I went on my lunch break and I checked my emails, because I check my email randomly throughout the day, because sometimes I'll have brands hitting me up, you know, X, Y, Z. So I go and check my email, and rarely, if ever, do I get emails from Kayla. Most of the time they DM me, you know, but rarely do I get like an official email. So I'm looking and it said the email Kayla, and I'm like, what is this? So I open it up, and basically they're inviting me to the launch party in Dallas. Girl, I'm excited, like I'm hyped up, I'm crunk. Long story short, I was going to get a hotel room that Monday, Memorial Day, in Dallas, so I would already be in Dallas and I didn't have to worry about missing a flight or anything like that, because y'all, I really wanted to attend this event. Mind you, about almost 2 weeks prior to the event, we had a horrible storm came through Houston, knocked everybody's power out. I was recovering from that, so I was really excited for this, you know, party. Fast forward to the day of, I didn't get the hotel. I decided that I was just gonna go to the airport the day of the event early and catch a flight. And so my flight was supposed to leave at I want to say like 10:55. That was gonna put me in Dallas a little bit before 12. The event then started till 2. She had 2 events that day. The first event started at 2, and it was like, I want to say a breakdown of the fragrance notes with Fermiche. I believe that is the fragrance company that Kayla works with. So we're going to break down the notes of the fragrance and just basically let us know how the fragrance came about. I get to the airport and I'm looking at my phone at the check, you know, I'm looking at my phone to see when we're going to be boarding our flights. And so instead of it saying 10:55, it said 1:55. Excuse me? I'm like, what's going on? And so I called my daughter. She didn't have any information. I go to the counter. The lady didn't have any information. And so I just waited. So I got up like an hour later and I went over there back to the counter and I asked the lady, you know, what's going on? Because I keep seeing it's getting pushed back, pushed back, pushed back. And she says, well, there's bad weather in Dallas, like maybe a tornado, and no flights are leaving out right now. Like my heart fell into my stomach. Ordered a dress to wear to the party. That didn't come on time. My flight got canceled. It was just literally one thing after another. And I was feeling very discouraged. And when I got to the car, I called Keitra. I said, girl, I'm not going to make it. And I just started crying. And I feel like it was just a buildup of me wanting to go so bad, and just all the things that I had been through weeks prior to that happening. Like, I'm very resilient. I'm very strong. You know, I consider myself to be a G. You know what I'm saying? But a G can only take so much now. Like, woo! Dallas ended up having severe weather, just like we had in Houston 2 weeks prior. Like a tornado came through, people lost power, and I didn't think that they were still going to have the event. Well, lo and behold, the storm passed. And I don't know why I couldn't let it go. I couldn't let it go. It was so many emotions flowing through me, and me being a single person, like not having anyone here to talk to about it. You know, all I could do was just like get in the bed and just feel those feelings, and just, you know, if I needed to cry, just cry, you know, because I don't know. And so anyway, later on that night, Mona is so sweet. She sent me a video, a personal video of her, you know, saying how much she missed me and how she was sad that I didn't make it. Yeah, I watched that video and I started crying again. I was just so emotional. It was crazy. Woke up Wednesday morning, I'm still sad, y'all. I'm still emotional. You know, I'm putting on my makeup, getting ready to go to work. I'm still crying. At that point, I had to evaluate myself. Like, why is this affecting you so much where you just can't stop crying? And remember, for all my diehard subscribers, people that really tune into my videos all the time, if you go back earlier this year, I said that I was going to start working on my inner child. And I felt like working on my inner child was super important for me to just level up as a woman. There's certain traumas and things inside of me that need to be healed. And a big part of that is my childhood. I did not have the best childhood growing up. I had been working on my inner child. I had been, you know, doing things that I like to do as a kid, which I know as an adult, to some, it may come off a little silly. So that event, not making that event, took me to a time when I was a child, and there were things that I wanted to participate in school, like going on field trips and things that required money, and we did not have. And so it triggered me, y'all. I was triggered hard. Like, I was triggered big time. And I couldn't understand it. And then, you know, God was speaking to me. He was like, yeah, remember, this is why you're feeling that same feeling. And so I couldn't let it go. And later on that day, Wednesday, later on when I got home from work, God started speaking to me again. He was like, you know, you can go anywhere you want to, right? And I was like, yeah. You know, my daughter is a flight attendant and I have flight privileges, so I can go anywhere. And I knew that Kayla had 2 more events, one in Miami and one in New York. I knew I didn't want to go to the New York event. It's super expensive to stay there, to get a hotel. LaGuardia is the craziest airport, like an hour and 30 minutes to get through security. No, ma'am. Like, it would have been too stressful for me. I couldn't do it. I emailed Kayla and I was like, hey, do you guys think I can come to the Miami event? They were like, sure, if you can make it, yeah. I said, listen, I'm a woman on a mission. And I called my daughter that night. We looked at the flights and it was tricky. I'm not gonna lie, it was very risky. My daughter did not feel comfortable with me making that big of a, my daughter didn't feel comfortable with me taking that big of a risk and a chance because she knew how disappointed I was that I didn't make it the first time. So I said, Courtney, I can't let it go. I don't know why I can't let this go. It's something inside of me that is so strong. It's like not choking me. It almost felt like it was tight. Like I had to, if I didn't do it, I wasn't going to be able to break free from this emotion that I was feeling. And so we set up the flights. The first leg took me from Houston to St. Louis, which I had no problem getting to St. Louis. There were plenty of flights available when I got to the airport. Now, the tricky part came in was for me getting to St. Louis to Miami. There were no direct flights from Houston to Miami or from Houston to Dallas to Miami. I had to fly all the way to St. Louis, child, just to go back down to Miami. Make it make sense. And so the tricky part was me getting to the gate at St. Louis and them telling me if I could get on or not. I got to the gate at St. Louis. Y'all, this is when my faith kicked in big time. I mean, you talk about walking in faith. People use that term so loosely. I am guilty of that too. I now know what it means to walk in faith. It's like you're going to do it in spite of. You're going to do it in spite of fear. You're going to do it in spite of disappointment. You're going to do it. No, I did it knowing that there was a possibility I was not going to get on that plane. Because when I got to the gate, they literally had 2 seats available and 2 people were already on the wait list. I was the 3rd person on the wait list. God immediately started talking to me. He said, relax. Go to the restroom, because I had to pee. Go to the restroom. And as I'm walking to the restroom, he said, look over to your left. I looked to my left. There was a little place, a eatery. When you finish using the restroom, go over there, sit at the bar, get you something to eat, and try to relax. And I did that, just that. I was obedient in the spirit. Okay, obedient, listening to that voice. And I did just that. I went, I ate. The guys told me to come back to the gate at 11:35. I went back to the gate. I said, any luck for me? And he said, give me your driver's license. Woo! When you fly in standby and they say, give me your driver's license, you're good. You're in that thing, okay? You're in it. Don't worry about it. Like, you're there. Like, you're there. Y'all, the tears, I wanted to cry. The holler, I wanted to. If you are in the faith and you are in the spirit, there is a sound that you make, okay? When God blesses you, okay? There is a sound you make when you are on the battlefield. And I know this was bigger than me. I was like, this is not about Kayla at this point. At this point, what I'm doing is not about Kayla, because I'm going to tell y'all why in a second. Y'all, I got on that flight. I got to Miami. I had 30 minutes. Yes, 30. To make it from the airport in Miami to the hotel where the event was, and back to the airport, because my flight left at like 6:55. I landed in Miami at 5 o'clock. 30 minutes, took 30 minutes to get to the hotel. 30 minutes to get back to the airport. I had 30 minutes. I literally walked in there. I found one of the ladies that worked for the brand. She looked at me. And she knew it, and I looked at her, and she looked at me, and her mouth opened up. She was like, Amanda, I said, I'm here in the flesh. Ooh, I'm about to scream right now. I was like, I'm here. I am here. And it was just, y'all, I made it to my flight on time. Actually, they pushed my flight coming back to Houston back to like 7:25. I can't make this up. Like, I cannot make this up. And that's when I realized that this was bigger than Kayla. And here is why. Because 2 weeks prior to that, I have a journal that I write in, and I'm literally talking to God like I'm talking to a friend. And in the journal, and I'll share it with y'all because I don't really like sharing my intimate conversations with God, but I gotta bring this home because it's bigger than Kayla. In the journal, I said, God, what happened to me? What happened to me? I used to be this person who was fearless. I used to, for lack of better words, take stuff by the horn. Baby, I was a go-getter, a hustler. Like, there was, like, if you was to tell me I couldn't do something, it was then, at that point, my job to prove you wrong. What happened to her? I asked God, what happened to her? I just found myself being a shell of a person, just letting life happen to me, not really putting up a fight, not really, you know, taking a risk, taking a chance, not living. Kind of put in my mind like, okay, this is just how it's going to be. I'm going to be working until I'm freaking 70 or 80. You know, this is life. I'm going to be single. More than likely, I'm not ever going to get married. I'm always going to be by myself. It was just certain things that I just swallowed. I just accepted and just, I guess, settled into it. This whole, you know, living day by day, not really fighting or not, I don't know. I settled into that life, and I just, like, doing YouTube was probably the most, I don't want to say exciting, but starting my YouTube channel really got me out of my comfort zone, big time. And so, because it's contrary to what y'all believe, it is very difficult to come on here and, you know, just be yourself, because everyone has an opinion about everything, you know. So anyway, that whole situation lit a fire in me so strong. I mean, and God reminded me when I got home from that event. He said, remember what you wrote to me 2 weeks ago? And how, ooh, I'm about to shout. What happened to that woman? That's how you started it off. That's what he said. What happened to that woman? Remember how you don't take risks, you don't live, you don't have fun, you don't walk in faith. Remember that, what you wrote? Look at what you did today. You trusted me. You obeyed me. You didn't give up. You kept putting one foot in front of the other. You got out of your comfort zone. Even when you knew the odds were against you. I knew the odds was against me when I showed up in St. Louis and they said they only had 2 flights left and 2 people was already on the wait list. Y'all, it was bigger than that. I feel like if I did not go through that, I wouldn't be feeling this shift. Now I feel this shift is weird. I get up earlier. I'm more productive. I'm more, it's a shift. And I thank God for it. Whatever, I just thank God for it. So yeah, long story short, I ended up meeting Mona. And it was the best 30 minutes of my life. What can I say? You know what I'm saying? What can I say? Anyway, you guys can timestamp this if you want to. If y'all want to just, if someone comes on and you want to just get straight to the fragrance. But anyway, the party that she had in Miami was the launch of her new fragrance called vanilla, and I always get twisted, vanilla candy rock sugar 42. This is a beautiful scent. As you guys can see, I do have a dent going on in this baby right here. In this fragrance, you have notes of candied pear, sweet violet, bubblegum, white caramel, rock sugar, and vanilla cream. This is pretty. This is like, it. You know, I don't want to spray it. I can smell it from the nozzle. But you definitely get that vanilla. And since I've been wearing it, y'all, the compliments just come. Like, I went to the store one night, and the guy at the register was like, "Is that you?" And I looked at him. He said, "Is that your perfume?" And I said, "Yeah." He was like, "Oh man, it smells so good." Now, mind you, I had already been wearing this probably at 6 hours at that point. It smells sweet. I get that candied pear. I get a little soft. I get a little softness from the violet. I get that white caramel from this. Very delicious, very yummy, very much. I'm gonna say it's a gourmand, but I'm also gonna say it's sophisticated. It doesn't give me childish. It doesn't give me necessarily playful. It gives me very sexy, but also yummy, and also very delicious and very mature, right? And a lot of people were comparing this to Silk Santal, the wedding scent, and I did a comparison of both of them on my Instagram. They smell totally different. There's something a little green in the Silk Santal that definitely sets these two apart. I do know that the perfumer that I believe she did Vanilla 28, I also feel like she did the Silk Santal wedding scent, and she also is the nose behind this one. This one is definitely giving me that signature Kayla vibe that you may pick up in 28 and Silk Santal and so forth. But this is a really beautiful scent, y'all. I would highly recommend this one if you're into vanillic fragrances or gourmand fragrances. I feel like you would really enjoy this one. This is Skin Potions. Okay, we're gonna do a quick unboxing. I know I am late to the party, honey. I am the last one on planet Earth to get this oil, but so many people talk about this. I had to get it. This is the Kama Sutra body oil. I love the packaging. The packaging is so cute. I didn't know exactly which I didn't know. I know there are two Kama Sutra oils. I want to say there's Kama Sutra Crystal, and then there is this one. Let me get this off. Here is what the bottle looks like outside of the packaging. And y'all, this is so cool. It has little flower petals in the oil. Now, I know a lot of people say that this, oh, I like this. It's a sprayer. I'm going to have to spray a little bit on because I feel like I've been waiting all my life to smell this. And, ooh. Oh, yeah, this is beautiful. Look at that. Definitely is giving me Delina Exclusive vibes, which I'm not mad at because that is one of my favorite fragrances in the whole wide world. You know what? I gotta put this all over my body. Ooh, wow, that smells really good and very moisturizing. Ooh, I like this. From my understanding, people have been layering this with the Delina. People layer this with a lot of different things. But you can also wear it by itself if you want to. But it says that it's created with sea buckhorn and Bulgarian rose. This is delicious. And I love the fact that it has a sprayer. Love that. Very luxurious. I really like this. So I'm glad I finally got the Kama Sutra. I really didn't know what to start with. People talk about the cookie butter. People talk about Costa, I can't remember the name. I'll pop a picture up, but it's Costa something. Is it Costa Rica? I was like, what do I get? Do I get the Kama Sutra oil? Do I get the cookie butter? I don't know. I just went with the Kama Sutra oil. I felt like it was best that I start with the one that everybody else started with. And yeah, go from there. I have no regrets. This is absolutely beautiful. Love, love, love this. If you have skin potions, if you have anything from Skin Potion, comment down below. I was sent a new fragrance from a brand called Noyz. This is what the packaging looks like. You may have seen them on your timeline. They actually released 4 new fragrances, and the one they sent me is called Love Club. And in this fragrance, in the top you have saffron, Sichuan pepper. In the middle you have Turkish pink rose, wild raspberry, and in the base you have whipped marshmallow and ebony woods. So here's what the bottle looks like. I'm not sure which side is the front, and I'm not sure which side is the back, but the bottle is very uniquely shaped. I like the vibe of this brand. They have this retro vibe going on, kind of 80s, kind of punk rock almost, but I like that vibe. Very sexy. I'm gonna go ahead and spray a little bit in the box. I will tell you, this fragrance is coming with that heat. Okay, immediately in the opening, I get the Sichuan pepper, I get the saffron. This reminds me of like a dusty rose fragrance, maybe a pink rose, but it's definitely, the rose is definitely present in this fragrance. There's a leathery note in this fragrance that's not listed on the box, but the leather note in this fragrance is really, really nice. Y'all know, if the leather is not done right, I will let you know. But in this fragrance, it's on point. This fragrance has a little bit of a airiness to it, a freshness, and definitely picking up on that wild raspberry. It's very tart in this fragrance. I would not say this fragrance is sweet by any means. It's leathery, it's woody, it's spicy, but it has a very sexy vibe to it. I also want to make mention, I do not pick up on any whipped marshmallow in this fragrance at all. But you know, fragrance is subjective. What I smell, you probably will smell something different, right? We know this at this point. But yeah, it wasn't really, I don't know. I see myself wearing this because it does have this fresh, airy, spicy, rosy thing going on. I can see myself wearing it on a casual day. Y'all know I like to say t-shirt and a jean type day, you know, everyday type of wear, or even a date night. I can definitely see myself wearing this on a date night. It's nothing out of the ordinary. It's not necessarily groundbreaking, and it's not weird enough for me to say it smells odd. And y'all know I love a good odd fragrance. I love a weird smelling scent. This is not that, okay? But I don't think it is. Like, if you're the type of person that likes Delina Exclusive, unless you like the original Delina, you're probably not gonna like this. And for me, I'm more of a Delina Exclusive girl. If I had to pick anything close to the original Delina, I would go with the Rosé. Imagine Delina Rosé with a nice, generous amount of spice. And then you can pretty much imagine what this smells like. But I think it's a good scent. I'm definitely gonna wear it. And what's crazy is I'm not the biggest rose. Y'all know I'm not the biggest rose girl, but this is a rose I can get behind because it's not like a heady, super mature type of rose. It's not that, but it's good. Now, they also did send me a sample of the other fragrances, and I fell in love with Lost and Found. Y'all, look at this. Look how much of this I have used. let me just let y'all, this is what a full sample looks like, and this is Lost and Found. Like, I have went in with Lost and Found because it is absolutely beautiful. I'm gonna buy me a full-size bottle because I love it so much. For me, it's almost like a I'm gonna just spray a little bit on this card. Let me just spray a little bit here so I can get the vibe. Oh my God, for me it is like this very kind of woody, citrusy scent, like a little zest. But it's definitely like the citrus is definitely there, but I get more of the woodiness out of this fragrance. It almost is like a skin scent. It almost smells a little masculine as well. Like, it smells like the men's department store. That's what it smells like. It smells so good. Or it smells like, okay, I might be reaching with this one. It smells like Restoration Hardwood. Y'all know that store? Is it called Restoration Hardwood? It is a very fancy store with all of this furniture in it. Okay, y'all know when you go into a furniture store and they have real authentic wood, like, and you smell the woods, it smells brand new, it smells fresh and clean. Like, it makes you want to buy a new bedroom set. That's what it smells like. Y'all probably ain't even gonna feel me on that. I'm probably not making sense to anyone, but somebody out there is going to feel me. It smells like Restoration Hardwood, and it just smells like that place. It smells just like that. Oh my God, and that's a beautiful smell to me. I love the smell of brand new anything, honey. The brand is called Noyz. In case you guys want to check them out, here is what the packaging looks like again. And they have 4 fragrances: Unmute, Shitty Day, and Lost and Found, and Love Club. I highly recommend y'all go check them out. Again, they are a new brand to the fragrance community, and I think for the first 4 releases, I think now they've released 5. They did a signature scent with a celebrity. I've never heard of this guy, but yeah, they have 5 fragrances out now. So I think for their first run, they did a pretty good job. Their fragrances smell very complete. They smell like they tell a whole story. They smell like they have a beginning and an end. They're just not thrown together. They smell very, they feel very well put together. And I forgot to mention they're affordable. If I'm not mistaken, the full-size bottle that I have is like $85. We love affordable over here. I don't know about you. So I have a new fragrance here from one of my favorite brands of all times, and that is Commodity. They just released a new fragrance. Well, actually, this fragrance releases on the 18th. It is not available right now, but it will be available June 18th at Commodity on the website and in Sephora. So if you're not familiar with Commodity, they've been around for forever, okay? They released some fragrances like way back in the day. Then they kind of disappeared on us, and then they made a comeback. And they've just revamped the whole brand. They do offer different scent spaces, which is different levels of intensity for their fragrances. They come in a personal scent space, which is like, I want to say, like a milder version of a fragrance. And then they have an expressive scent space, which is a little bit more intensity of the fragrance, the same fragrance, okay? And then they have a bold scent space, which I always go for their bold fragrances because y'all know I love to smell loud. I love my fragrance. I love for everybody to smell me. I love for my fragrances to last all day, so I always go with the bold. But the one that I have here, this is from the Expressive, okay? and they sent me a travel size of Juice in Bold. And I'm gonna spray a little bit on because I feel like it would go really, really well with the Kama Sutra. So what we have here in Juice is we have strawberry, we have raspberry, we have rhubarb, and in this particular version we have amberwood. This is juicy. This is like that quintessential summertime scent. You know, it's not over the top fruity in my opinion. It has the same vibe of hibiscus mahajad. I couldn't think of that earlier when I was doing my reel for Instagram, because I kept smelling this and I was like, man, what is this? This smells like something. And I'm not saying it's a dupe. It's not duping hibiscus mahajad, but it has that same realm, that same feel of like a tart strawberry, a tart raspberry, and the rhubarb is giving tart too, and you get the woodiness from the amberwood. It's almost giving like a molecular, like a skin scent, like your skin in the sun type of feel. You go to buy your fragrances, make sure that that plus sign is next to the word juice and you see the word bold. This is just me, but I like the juice bold a little bit better because it is actually sweeter. It's deeper, it's dense, it smells like a jam. It smells like strawberry and raspberry jam. I mean, it is jammy. It's thick, honey, okay? It smells like you can put it on a biscuit or something like that. I wish they would have sent me a full-size bottle of the Bold. Yeah, it smells very delicious. In addition to that jammy strawberry raspberry, you're gonna get patchouli, vetiver, and amberwood as well. So it's a little bit more earthier, it's a little bit more woodier, but it is delicious. It is delicious. This version would be more of a daytime version for me. Like I can see myself wearing this to work, no problem. Whatever I'm doing in the daytime, brunch, something like that. And then the Juice Bold, definitely evening, okay? Definitely like a date night type of situation, going out on the town, dressed up, dressy. Y'all get the vibes, okay? I like both of them. The more I wear this one though, especially now layered with that Kama Sutra, I'm liking it even more. It puts me in the frame of mind also of fragrances like Carolina Herrera Good Girl, the one in the pink bottle, which I think is now discontinued. If I'm not mistaken, Good Girl Blush replaced the Carolina Herrera Good Girl. It reminds me of that type of vein, okay? Those type of fragrances. Hibiscus Mahajad, Very Good Girl Glam, I think that's what it was. That type of essence, okay? But I think it's a really good scent. Again, it will launch on June 18th at Sephora and online with Commodity. I don't think I've ever talked to you guys about any fragrances from this brand, but this brand sent me literally their whole freaking store. And they sent me one of their fragrances. It's from Pacifica. I've never talked about this brand on my channel, at least I don't think I have. But they sent me their fragrance called Moon Dream Moon. And this is what the bottle looks like. Very cute presentation, very simple. And if I'm not mistaken, you can find this brand in Target. If I'm not mistaken, I don't think you can find them in Walmart. I think they're in Target. But yeah, this fragrance is really pretty. This would be a great everyday scent for me, to be honest with you. And for those of you who have smelled it already, y'all know what I'm gonna say it smell like. It reminds me of, Ariana Grande Cloud. A lot. And because Cloud is one of my favorite fragrances, like I can't hate on this. You know what I'm saying? Like I really can't. In this fragrance, you have pink rose, patchouli, and sandalwood. I wore this to bed the other day when I first got it, and it just reminded me that I need to pull out my Cloud. Like I got 2 big full-size bottles of Cloud, and I really need to wear them. You know what? I'm gonna wear it tomorrow to work. I need to start wearing my stuff because it's just sitting. You know, this has that sweet whipped cream, cotton candy thing going on. Y'all know what Cloud smell like, even though those type of notes are not listed here, but that's what my nose pick up anyway. Sweet cotton candy. Yeah, in the dry down I get the sandalwood. I get absolutely no rose out of this fragrance. Yeah, if you like Cloud, then you will like Dream Moon from Pacifica, because they smell just alike in my opinion. That's it. I have talked y'all ear off enough today. And yeah, baby, I have given you guys an inspiration. I have taken y'all to church, honey. We have talked about fragrances, honey. We talked about the weather, girl. We didn't talk about everything. So I think we're pretty much caught up at this point. There's nothing else I can think of that I haven't told y'all yet. Comment down below if you have any of the fragrances I mentioned in this video. If you have watched more than 3 or 4 or 5 of my videos and you haven't subscribed yet, man, I'm really asking you to hit that subscribe button, okay? And turn on your notification bells. You are part of the family at this point. You might as well go ahead and subscribe. Yes, go ahead and hit that button. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you're having a fabulous day, and I hope you are smelling good doing it. I will see you in the next video. Bye.